All right, today we are working on a vault in OpenText Server Backup or Carbonite Server Backup, or formerly Evault, where we are needing to take the drives that are currently in use and migrate the data to some new drives that we've added. Now we're going to use the director software to complete all of this. There are no manual moves of the actual pool data on this vault. In my case here, we've got the V drive and the X drive that have the old hard drives. And then the other 5 there are the new ones where we're going to migrate that data to. And you can take care of adding the drives before we walk through the steps in Director. So here in Director, I do have multiple vaults listed in the left pane, and I need to make sure that I'm selecting the correct vault. And once that's highlighted anywhere here in that left pane, we're going to go into the vault settings. And then over to the right, we have this little arrow icon that we need to click over to, and we have the maintenance tab. From here, we need to make sure that the enable maintenance is unchecked. This is going to prevent anything from working in the pool system when we don't want it to be, as we are moving those pool files. So I'm going to click OK on this. And then I'm going to go to my job monitor here and just make sure that there's nothing currently processing. I might need to wait for a replication session to finish up, and I might need to wait for a optimize, for example, or you can manually stop those. Now, in regards to that, we want to prevent anything from coming into this vault. In my case, it's a passive vault, so I won't be getting any backups, but we could be getting replication. So under the vault maintenance dropdown, I'm going to select the services button, and the listener is going to get stopped, as well as the replication service. Now that those services are stopped, we are needing to go to the storage locations. So under the storage management dropdown, we're going to select the storage groups and locations. After that, expand out SG01. And I have already added my other storage locations into the director console here. If you need to know how to do that, I do have another video that I can link for getting additional storage locations added. For this particular process though, after they're in this window, we need to select each of the drives that we no longer want to be part of the storage system and put a check in the box down for location is read only. And we're going to do that for every drive that we are retiring here. Now that those are set, I'm going to click the OK button, and then just a quick check back to the job monitor, make sure that nothing is processing on the vault right now. We wouldn't want any corruption to happen, so quick checks are always safe. It's at this point that we are actually now ready to move the data. So under the storage management dropdown, we are going to click on the move to another location next on the wizard. And here's where we want to click the add button so that we can add the V drive and the X drive. I'm going to click the browse and expand out to that V drive for that vault location and click on OK. And then OK one more time, it's going to add it in the list. And I can do multiple at the same time. So again, add, browse, X drive, and the path. Now, if you have a UNC storage location for your vault, still click the add button, but you're going to have to manually type in the // server name and share name, whatever it may be that you're using for your storage location, and you click OK on there to add it in. Being that this server does not have any UNC vault storage, I'm just going to click remove. Now we can click on next on the wizard, and we do want to migrate everything from those storage locations. It is possible to migrate one or more items from a storage location. Just keep in mind that it doesn't allow for any granular storage of one particular server's data on one storage location. This just allows for a little bit of rebalancing if needed. For this particular scenario though, where we are completely removing those drives, I'm going to select for the entire vault. And we have our summary here, so I'll click finish on that. And then now we can jump to the job monitor and take a look at this move task. Now, depending on the size of the vault, this could take quite a bit of time. So make sure that your downtime is scheduled accordingly, as we do have the listener and the replication service turned off. The progress button for this particular task doesn't really tell us much, but we can go into the view log here and see that we are moving a bit of data, copying it from the X drive to the new location, in this case, the O drive. And we can also see that it is load balancing across all of those other drives that we've added in, because we have the R drive and the S drive, etc. In regards to that, because I have multiple drives available here, it is going to load balance based on the drives with the most available free space. So if I hit refresh here, we should see some data movement. There we go. and we have some load balancing happening across all of those drives. Now that the move task is completed, you can see down at the bottom that our X and V drive are completely free of all their space, and the new drives have data used up. The task completed without issue here, but we do have one more step to perform to make sure that everything is taken care of correctly. Back in the director console, I'm going to go to the reporting and then storage location. From here, just go through the wizard. Defaults are fine because you're going to do the entire vault, and that'll schedule it immediately. Jump back to the job monitor, and you may need to sort by started at to put that report right at the top. But opening this report here is going to show us where every task's data is stored on those drives. Now, as you can see, we've got all of these drives here, and so it can get to be a very large report depending on how many tasks you have. But you can just do a Control F, and I want to look for the X drive. Did not find that, and the V drive did not find that. If those drives are still found even after you completed that move, it's possible that some other operation prevented a file from moving and it's being safe, saying, hey, I'm going to leave the old data there just to make sure that the task stays healthy and nothing's getting corrupt from moving a file that shouldn't have been moved because of some other operation. In that scenario, go ahead and go to the storage management, move to another location, and run through the process again. And then after that move to another location has completed again, go run the report, storage location, and verify that everything has been moved over correctly. Now, the last couple steps in here, we do want to go back to the storage management dropdown to the storage groups and locations. And again, I verified that the V drive and the X drive are no longer being referenced, expanding out the SG01. I'm going to select this old drive and then the remove location button. And then yes, I do want to remove it. I'm going to do the same thing for that other drive. And now that they're no longer in here, we'll just select the OK button. And then the final thing that we need to do is back in the Vault settings. We're going to jump over to the right for the maintenance tab and put a check mark into the enable maintenance for this vault and clicking OK. And then for the final step, under the Vault maintenance dropdown, go to services, and we have our listener service and our replication service, which are needing to be started. And now these drives are okay to be removed from this server and repurposed or retired or whatever it may be. But that is the process to move the data off properly through the director console and start utilizing your new storage. If you have any questions about this process, go ahead and comment down below, and we'll catch you in another video. See ya.